YouTube would allow you to actually see it from a computer stance versus the phone. But it's up to you guys on how you go back and watch the replay. Let me flip this camera. And let me see if I can hide this. Alrighty. So I have all my notes ready. I should have showed you guys that before I flipped the camera, but I do have all my notes ready for you guys. So hopefully you brought a notepad with you. Otherwise, you just have to watch the replay to really get, you know, a feel of things and, you know, take your notes that you should be taking. Note takers are money makers. Okay, so first things first. The first thing I'm going to show you guys is this does include Fibonacci, and a lot of you guys know that I was never against Fibonacci. I just never used it, never could really get the gist of it, and I felt like it was making my hair hurt, and it was putting a lot of stuff on my chart, and I really like clean charts, so Fibonacci was just, it was too much for me at the time. I was literally all price action, and I'm still mainly price action, but just for the sake of this strategy, it does require Fibonacci. I also have moving averages set. I personally don't use the moving averages. I kind of use them here and there, but I mainly use stochastic because stochastic is what I've always used. And it pretty much works the same as moving averages. I don't really see a difference between them. They both literally do the same thing. So for the sake of this, I'm going to show you guys my Fibonacci settings. And again, I literally learned this from someone on YouTube, and I'm literally just spreading the knowledge. So I'm just going to throw this fib on here just to pop up the settings so y'all will be able to see it. And of course, I know this is only on Instagram. So if you can't see it, just wait for the replay so that you can get these settings and ideally set it for your Fibonacci as well. So that is that. And what I will say is, even though I use the Fibonacci, once I find where my target price is based on Fibonacci, I literally delete it back off my chart because, again, I like a clean chart, y'all. So once I find what I need from it, I literally just cut it right back off. So that is the Fibonacci settings. The next thing I want to show you guys, just in case you do decide to use moving averages, these are the settings for the moving averages. That's one of them. I have two moving averages on here. And then this is the second one. And again, I don't really use moving averages, but the person that I learned this strategy from, they had it on their chart, so I just put it on mine. But I mainly use my stochastic because that's the only indicators a lot of y'all know that I use. Stochastic and MACD. MACD is still on my chart. I had some people DM me about that, and it's still on my chart, you guys. It's actually just hidden. So I haven't really been using it much, basically. Hey, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. So now that we have those and you guys see that, the first thing you want to do is check your overall trend. And obviously the market is closed, you guys. So we are going to do this example on cryptos because the crypto market is 24/7. And it works for cryptos, it works for indices, it works for the Forex market. The only thing I haven't tried this strategy on would be metals. So like gold, silver, stuff like that. I have not tested the strategy on. So the best thing I can tell you guys is to test it in your demo first, get comfortable with it. And then when you feel like you have it down, that's when you can go ahead and go live with it whenever you decide to do so. So anyways, first things first, you want to check the overall trend. Now, Ripple has been selling. It does look like it's in an uptrend, but what I will say is whenever you're uncertain about an overall trend, sometimes it helps to check the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame lets you check supply and demand and really see, you know, what price is going to do next. So I usually check the weekly whenever I am confused on what the trend is, because sometimes it can look weird and you can't tell. And in the event that you can't tell what the trend is, y'all, just stay out of the trade then. Like if the trend is not clear, don't even try to force the strategy, because this strategy works best when you're following the overall trend. So if the overall trend is down, you want to be looking for sales. If the trend is up, you want to be looking for buys. So right now, what I will say for Ripple is it was selling yesterday and a little bit throughout today. So I personally will be looking for sales and just seeing where it's sitting at in price. I don't believe it's going to continue to buy. Sorry, my connection went out. Can you guys hear me? Instagram said poor connection. Let me turn my Wi-Fi off. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I want to make sure before I continue. I'm going to assume y'all can if y'all don't say anything. But moving along. So once you find your overall trend, the next thing you want to do is go down to the 15-minute time frame. This is a scalping strategy. So the only thing you need to do is check for your overall trend. Once you find your overall trend, you want to go down to the 15-minute time frame and you want to find your areas of support and resistance. Now, obviously, this is from a previous trade, so price basically continued to sell. And even though this is a scalp strategy, there will be cases where a scalp trade can turn into a long-term position. So what that means is at the bare minimum, I usually shoot for 2% minimum. If in the event that I see that price is going to continue to sell, I usually take my stop loss, move it in profit, and then I take my target price and change it to wherever I see price continuing to go down to. So just make note of that. And this was a previous trade that I did, and it did turn into a swing trade. Did I continue to stay in the trade? No, I did not. It didn't really matter too much to me. I don't like to get greedy with my trading because that's when mistakes are bound to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to update these and I'm going to make a new area of support. I'm going to keep this as my area of resistance. You obviously want to put your areas where you see price respecting the most, just like you would do on a higher time frame. So I put my area of support here. I put my area of my area of resistance here and my area of support here. Now, where do the fibs come into place? Once you find your support and resistance, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your Fibonacci. You're going to start at the top where your area of resistance is, and you're going to drag it down to that area of support. Now, I'm not going to break down all of these because y'all, I don't use Fibonacci that much. What I can say is from prior posts and stuff that I've seen in my time of trading, I understand that 50% and 61.8% is what they call that golden area. That is the only thing I learned about Fibonacci, y'all. I didn't learn nothing else really as far as all these numbers go. What I will also say is I also understand that when you're going in for a sale, the negative 27% and the negative 61.8%, those are ideally your target prices. So you can do either one total target price for 61.8%, or you could split it for a take profit 1 and a take profit 2. That is entirely up to you. And it also depends on, you know, what the market is doing and if you feel like it'll go down that low. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take my short position tool I'm gonna set it right here. Sometimes I set it in the middle of these two, but I believe that Ripple is gonna take its next drop, and that's because Stochastic is letting me know that this pullback is almost complete and it's ready to continue that sale. So I'm gonna put it right here at this 50% mark. And then I'm gonna drag this down all the way to 61.8%. And no, I lied. I'm gonna put it for 2% growth, just in case it doesn't go all the way down that far. So I'll do it for about 2.3. So it's at that negative 27. And then from there, once I find that, y'all, I literally delete this right off. Because I don't like all those lines on my chart. I literally hate a messy chart. Hey, y'all. Ibrahim, I'm not accepting any requests for this. This is actually being recorded, so I apologize for that. But this is being recorded, and I don't want anything else interfering with that. Next thing, adjust your stop loss. I usually shoot for, the thing with cryptos is, it is a 4-digit number. This is a minimum $10 loss. That is okay for me. If you don't want a minimum $10 loss for cryptos, you can make it tighter, but just keep in mind, the tighter your stop loss, the more prone you are to possibly getting pulled out of a winning trade. So you don't want to make your stop loss too tight, but you do want to keep in mind whatever your risk management is. Even $9 is not that bad, but just give yourself some wiggle room. Or just make sure you're getting a good entry, y'all, because entries are everything. If you get a perfect entry with no drawdown, you literally won't even have to worry about how tight your stop loss is, because if you're not experiencing a pullback, it won't necessarily matter. But, you know, keep in mind your risk management. And now we pretty much wait. Another thing I should mention, I almost forgot. Allow price to give you an entry. What that means is we're on the 15-minute time frame. So you want to let the candles close fully. Right now it is 11:14. So this candle will be closing in literally seconds. And also, I almost forgot to mention, once you find your support and resistance and you know, your target price and everything, I actually switch over to Fibonacci candles. Fibonacci candles are candles that pretty much tell you what the momentum of the market is and how strong it is. If you're not familiar with them, just understand that whenever you have flat tops, that's letting you know that it's going to be a strong momentum for a sale. When you have those flat bottoms, that's letting you know that there's a strong momentum for the buys. Now, sometimes, as you can see, even though there was flat bottoms here, the momentum for the buy was not strong because the overall trend is selling. So don't get that confused. Go with whatever the overall trend is and do not try to catch pullbacks. That is literally crucial. Do not try to catch pullbacks. Stick to catching the overall trend. Because if you saw that post I just made, I think it was yesterday, all those trades I took were literally wash, rinse, repeat, and I followed the overall trend. And it literally worked like golden. Like, this strategy is almost too good to be true, y'all. But it literally works. And honestly, this is a great trade to take. But I'm probably not going to take it because I'm on my phone on Instagram Live. So I would have to get off this live to take this trade. So I'm just going to watch it and let it play out. But ideally, I'm 100% certain that Ripple is going to continue to sell. And yeah, it's going to hit this take profit. And if it doesn't hit the take profit, it probably will miss it by like a couple pips, because there are situations where it happens. And sometimes price won't hit your target price, but you'll still make profit. You just won't make whatever, you know, it reaches. Do you only scalp on the 15-minute? Yes. And that's just because that's how I learned the strategy. It probably works on the 5-minute time frame as well. I haven't tested it on the 5-minute or the 30-minute time frame. But from using the 15-minute time frame, it's been working like literally pure golden. Another great thing to tell you guys is the best thing you could do with this strategy is do it during overlapping sessions. Now, of course, right now we're doing it on crypto. So, you know, the crypto market is a little different from the Forex market. But whenever you're doing it for the Forex market, remember that overlapping sessions is where your momentum is. So whenever you do have an overlapping session, that is the ideal time to be looking for trades. And even if you work or, you know, you don't work or you work from home, whatever the case may be, the best times to trade Forex would be the London and New York session. And this is Eastern Standard Time, but the London and New York session is from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. That is the time that I usually catch all my trades. And honestly, that is the most successful trading time for most traders. Now, there's another session that overlaps, and that's the Sydney and the Tokyo session. And that session is from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. Again, these are Eastern Standard Time. If you have a different time zone, just go onto, I think it's called Forex Time Converter, timezoneconverter.com, something like that. They will convert it for you for your time zone. And you could test the strategy during these sessions, but like I said, you guys, I would demo it first just so you can get a grip of it and get comfortable with it, and then, you know, take off with it. And then another thing I will also say is some pairs don't move the same in like different sessions. So make sure you know your pairs and you understand which sessions they better move in, because the more volatile, the better. But other than that, that is exactly how this strategy works. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to Bitcoin now. I'm going to let Ripple run and see what it does. And I'm going to go to Bitcoin and see what Bitcoin is doing so I can show you guys one more example. And then if there's any questions, feel free to ask. And from there, we will conclude. Now, here's Bitcoin. This is another example that I did. Where did it just go? Here it is. So right here was another trade I took. Now, it might look like the stop loss hit, but it actually didn't, because I got an entry up here at my entry point and I wrote it up. So that's one of those examples where there was no drawdown. As you can see, this trade it's literally wash, rinse, repeat, y'all. Like, this is a perfect example to show you. This same trade that I took one time, I could have took it again right here. Now, I didn't catch this one because I don't watch Bitcoin too much. I watch it more for long-term purposes, but just to show you guys that same signal, I literally could have caught this trade at least 2 to 3 times off of this same signal, which I literally found the exact same way I just showed you guys in the last example. So pretty much I took my Fibonacci. Obviously at this time, the overall trend was up. So once I found my support and resistance, I took my Fibonacci. I dragged it up to that area of resistance. And from there, I set my target price and stop loss. I could have, obviously I didn't set it for the negative 27% in this example, but had I went down here and got another entry, I could have set my target for the negative 61.8 right there. And then I would drag up my stop loss to where it needs to be. And then from that point, like I said, y'all, I delete this Fibonacci tool off just as quick as I put it on there, because y'all, I don't like a messy chart. I can't stress that enough. Like, I literally will overthink something so quick. But this is a perfect example. One entry off of that stop loss and target price, I could have used that same stop loss and target price and got a second entry here. And then I could have got a third entry just off of a new stop loss and target price. So it's literally wash, rinse, repeat, y'all. Wash, rinse, repeat. And I promise you, just from my experience, this strategy works so good, y'all. I literally only took 2 losses last week. 2 losses. And for me, that's good, because y'all know that the past few months have been real just up and down for me mentally. And I think that's what's been affecting my trading. But when you don't give up, you know, stuff just happens. And one of my students, I don't know if she's on here right now, but she is on here. Hey, Nate girl. She sent me this strategy, and I'm so thankful that she sent it to me because my account has literally been growing at a way faster rate. Like, I usually day trade and swing trade, but due to circumstances, I've been wanting to grow my account faster, so I went back to scalping. And honestly, I feel like it's the best decision I've ever made because my account has been growing way faster than me waiting on my swing trades. And I still do swing trade, y'all. I do, but I've been scalping more. I know, girl, I wish you would have sent this sooner too, but hey, better late than never. That's what the good ones say, better late than never. Yes, using the fib strategy. So using this exact strategy I just showed you is exactly how my account has been growing at a substantial rate. And what I will say is just make sure you have a trading plan and you stick to it because honestly, it can become a bit addicting. Like it really can because you see your account growing fast. You see yourself winning trades back to back. And it's like, dang, I want more. But honestly, I usually take 3 to 4 trades a day. And then once I take those trades, I'm usually done. So stick to your trading plan if you do decide to do this and you do see how successful it is. Because like I said, y'all, it can become addicting. I will definitely send it to you. I don't even have a pen. Let me see. Hopefully this can work. I just want to write your, make me a note because I will forget. I have a meeting directly after this live, y'all. So if I don't send it right away, it's because I'm in a meeting and my pen isn't working. So send me a message so I don't forget because I will definitely send it to you. But my pen isn't working, so I can't write it down. Yeah, for sure. Let me go ahead and break down Bitcoin for you. You're welcome. I got you, Isaac. Send me a message though, because I will forget. Like, I literally have a meeting directly at 12 o'clock, y'all. So I'm trying to, if I get off of here, well, I will get off of here before 12. I'll try to send it before that meeting. But if not, just like I said, y'all, send me a message and I will get it to you. All right, so let me show you another example. And again, y'all, I'm posting this to YouTube so you'll be able to see it from the computer version because I know Instagram, I don't want to post this on Instagram because I want y'all to be able to see it from a full screen. And you're welcome. So the first step you want to do is find the overall trend. And again, if you're unsure of the overall trend, you could check the weekly and see if price is sitting at some specific supply or demand zones and go from there. Bitcoin is in a overall, it looks like it's really in an overall uptrend. So if Bitcoin buy, Ripple low-key might buy, y'all. It just depends. But I know Ripple has been selling, so we gonna see. But low-key, that looked like a nasty double top. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to catching sales for Bitcoin for now. If all fails, you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that looked like a nasty double top. And I say nasty because it's not pretty. So once you recognize the overall trend, which I'm gonna go with down for now, because like I said, this looks like a double top. If it's not, then it's not. It's really hard to tell with Bitcoin because it moves weird. But once you get the overall trend, immediately drop down to the 15-minute. Because again, this is a scalp strategy. Once you go down to the 15-minute, you're gonna find your areas of supply and demand. I put one area right here, and I'll put another one down here at this previous low. I put this one here because there's a lot of action, excuse me, there's a lot of action right here, so that lets me know that's a hot zone. Once you get your 2 areas, you'll then go to Fibonacci, take your Fibonacci tool. Keep in mind, you're going to be catching a sale. So you want to put your Fibonacci tool at that top zone, drag it down to that second zone, and let it drop. Once you get your Fibonacci tool on there, understand that the 50% and the 61.8% that's that hot zone, golden zone area or whatever. So basically that's where your reversals are likely to happen. From there, understand that -27 and -61.8, those are your target prices. Now, remember we catching a sale, so you're gonna take your short position tool, you wanna put it in that golden zone area, and then you're gonna take your target price and you're gonna drag it down to about the -27 area. Now, me personally, like I said, y'all, I try to just shoot for literally 2% minimum. So you don't have to drag it down that far. You could literally do 2% and be, 2% and done. But most of the time it does go to that -27 area. So I'm gonna put it right there. Once you get that area, your target price and stuff, like I said, y'all can delete that right back off, because after that, you're not gonna need it. And I mean, you could literally put it right back on there if you do need it. But once you get that ideal area where you're gonna be entering and exiting, you don't need the Fibonacci on your chart anymore. So now the next thing you would do is make sure you letting your 15-minute candle fully close before entering. And then once you get your entry, you in the trade. That's it. And you just set your stop loss and target price and let it ride. And like I said, I've been doing this strategy literally for like a week and a half now. And it's mind blowing how successful it's been. Oh, Chewy, you just love to ruin my videos. Chewy, I'm gonna pull your tail. Y'all, he's so bad. And I'm posting this on YouTube still. I don't care. So the next thing would be, oh, my package came. Sorry, y'all. So much going on in my background. So I'm gonna go back to Ripple. Where did you put the stop loss on it? So for the stop loss, honestly, I don't use Fib for my stop loss because I want to set my stop loss based on what I'm comfortable losing. So honestly, for your stop loss, I highly suggest you go with whatever you're comfortable with risking from your account. So for me, right now for this Bitcoin trade, that's a $29 risk minimum. For me, that's okay. But if you don't want to lose, a certain amount, I would set it for whatever your profit, what you're comfortable and can afford to risk. But like I said, you're welcome. Like I said, just don't set it too tight though, because if you're not good with entries and price decides to pull back a little, you don't want to be in a winning trade and get closed out of that winning trade because of a tight stop loss. So just set it, at an appropriate spot and keep, your risk management in mind. And that's it. That's it. So what I'm going to do is I want to go back to Ripple and see what it's doing because it looks like it's about to drop in a minute. I'm probably going to just update y'all on these trades so we can see how they play out and see if this strategy works, even though I know it's going to work. But I like to keep y'all updated and let y'all know, how things play out once we conclude stuff. I don't know what XAUUSD is. Is that a stock or something? Or is that a typo? I never heard that. Hey, Elena girl. Hey, Sadia. I'm recording this, babe, so I can't put you in this request live because I'm recording this and it's going on YouTube. I've never heard of it. ADA. Oh, wow, it is a crypto. Whoa. I don't want to open it on this one, though. Let me see something. It is a crypto, and that's definitely not a typo because I've never heard of it. Oh, I miss you more, love. I miss you more. I would have done a live last Monday, y'all, but I've been going through insomnia. like literally been going through bad insomnia the last month. I'm actually super tired right now because I've been up since 5 in the morning for no reason. Like 5 in the morning on a Saturday, that's beyond me. That is really beyond me. But I was not about to bail on y'all, so I made sure that I showed up. Where the heck? See, I was trying to see if they had Bitfinex. It looks like they only, this must be like a crypto that's like not based in Michigan type junk, because what, or it's not supported by Bitfinex. Bitfinex is the only charts I be using. So when I don't see Bitfinex, I be lost. I guess I'll go with Binance. So XAUUSD, I don't even, oh, this is Cardano. Oh, y'all be learning stuff. Cause I heard of Cardano, but I didn't know it was ADA, whatever that is. Anywho, let me see. So it looked like the overall trend is definitely down for this. I would be looking for sales off the bat because it's super downtrend. 15-minute time frame. Find your areas of support and resistance. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be, you know, realistic and ideal. And honestly, all cryptos move the same. It's just a matter of which one moves first. So you're probably gonna be looking for sales on all cryptos because they literally move this, the same. So I literally just placed my Fibonacci. I started at the area of resistance, dragged it down to the area of support. From there, you're gonna use your short position tool, place it in between the 50 and 61 area. And let me click it first. Like I said, drag your stop loss, keep it at an appropriate amount of pips that you are okay risking. Like I said, I don't use the Fibonacci for my stop loss. Target price is cool, but my stop loss, I leave that up to me because at the end of the day, I'm not about to let Fibonacci tell me how I'm gonna risk my money. But once you set your target price, I set it for negative 27%. Once you set that target price, like I said, you could take this right off your chart. You do not need it any longer. The one thing I will say is I don't believe that this is going to pull back any further. So if you ever notice that price might not continue to rise up to where you set that entry point, just take this and drag it down to wherever you're going to get your entry. And then from that point, you'll still be in this trade and it'll, you know, run its course. And I'm almost certain that these are all three of these trades are probably gonna play out. And I've never even marked XAUUSD. I have money invested in Cardano, but it's in my Coinbase. I've never traded it. I don't even know if my broker supports it, honestly. I would have to check. But Ripple and Bitcoin, I definitely be trading those. Those are the babes. And I've been getting my feet wet with GBP pairs, y'all. And y'all know I don't mess with GBP pairs, but I've been getting my feet wet with them. I actually took like, I think 2 trades this past week on GBP, GBP-USD and GBP-JPY. I was proud of myself. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all understand everything. Yeah, Ethereum is nice too. I just haven't traded it yet. I have money in it on Coinbase though, but I have yet actually took a live trade on it. Let me go back to Ripple though. I really want to see what this gonna do. It's probably gonna drop, y'all. You're welcome. You're very welcome, love. You're welcome. Y'all are so welcome. I'm so happy that I could be of help to y'all. And like, if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to DM me. I always respond. As long as I'm awake, you know, I respond pretty in a timely manner. But y'all are very welcome. And let me know if it helps y'all. Let me know if y'all start seeing results. Let me know if y'all test it out. Even if you tested in your demo, I still want to know. Like, tell me. Because I know I haven't been sending signals out. And that's because y'all, I've been super busy. I've been super swamped mentally. I've been going through insomnia, the whole shebang. But I've been really, like I said, focusing on me. But I've been getting back to my my mojo. I've been getting back into things. So it was only right that I shared this with y'all because I really want y'all to get the success that y'all deserve. And I want y'all to produce the results that y'all desire. So I'm happy that I could do this. And if there's no more questions, we will conclude because I want to get ready for my next meeting. All right.